Let's get to the Daily Bias Bash with Justin Duckham, senior Washington correspondent with Talk Radio News Service. One of the things that's going to be discussed a lot in this, Justin, obviously the weapons he used, what it might or might not mean for the gun control debate. Again, it's yet another massacre, whatever the weapons that are used. Are we seeing the same sort of issues debated, and are we right to see those same issues debated in the media?
We are seeing that slowly start to pop up, although we are also seeing a number of outlets with some egg on their face since, as you mentioned, it was determined that he did not use an AR-15. And I'm somebody who, at the end of the day, believes in reasonable gun control. I can identify with the argument over banning assault weapons and whatnot, but this argument does not really work with this situation. This is something that factually, very clearly, does not fall into line of what the administration and what Congress wanted to do. This was a discussion that they proposed for banning assault weapons and limiting high-capacity magazines, and we even had people like Vice President Joe Biden specifically saying that this was not about shotguns. In fact, urging people to buy a shotgun if they wanted to defend their homes. So I think on its face, this is not the right time for this argument, and a lot of people in the media, such as the Washington Post, who released an editorial this morning, really have to, explain why they came out so soon before the facts were really known.
Yeah, it does seem I guess we're debating it here, but we're debating the way others debate it. But it does seem very quick to move on to a gun control debate when you have these 12 innocent people gunned down, allegedly by Aaron Alexis, according to U.S. officials. And we have 12 grieving families, a lot of questions about how this happened, what was going on in this guy's head, how did he get on to the naval yard. All of those questions should be dealt with first, shouldn't they, before we go back into the gun control debate, if indeed we go back there at all.
That would certainly seem to make sense. And on that idea of playing politics during the time of a tragedy, there is, of course, the big argument going on over whether or not it was appropriate for Obama to make that highly partisan speech yesterday. Of course, we saw the White House trying to say that this was a monumental anniversary and they needed to move out on this date, which really does not hold up to scrutiny considering we are not too far off away from the 5-year anniversary for the TARP vote. And there have been a lot of people who have pointed out that had this taken place under George W. Bush, had we seen a fire and brimstone political speech in the Rose Garden during an event that a lot of people considered could have very well have been a terrorist attack at the time, where there were suspects allegedly still loose and running around the city, we would have seen a much different reaction from the media.
All right, interesting thoughts as always. Justin Duckham, senior Washington correspondent with Talk Radio News Service. Great to see you as always, Justin. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan.
All right, and if you want to hear more analysis of the way the media deals with this kind of story and many others, don't forget to watch Media Buzz, hosted by Howard Kurtz, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on the Fox News Channel.